So in this video, I'm going to show you how to make these adorable farmhouse Christmas cards. And it's very easy. And you can also use them for tags if you don't send out Christmas cards. They make really cute tags, one of a kind. So let's jump in. Okay, so here's what I used to make the cards. I got from Hobby Lobby, when they were on sale, some brown kraft cards and envelopes. There's 50 in a pack. They measure 4.25 inches by 5.5 inches. So these will be perfect. The tags that the tree will actually get mounted on are from Michael's. They're ivory, and they measure 2 inches by 4.25 inches. Again, use your coupons. The stars are just so cute. They're 8 millimeters, they're gold, they call them amber, but they're gold, and I'll put it down in the description. And these are from Etsy, there's 50 per sheet. To make the ornaments, I got stickers from the Dollar Tree. If you can't find these at the Dollar Tree, my Dollar Tree still had them this year. I got them last year, but they had them this year too. They're 4 millimeters, so you could do 4 millimeter rhinestones. That would look just as cute. And then to keep it all tidy, I used an Elmer's tape runner. Any kind of glue would work. I wouldn't recommend a glue stick because when we paint the green pages, some of those aren't waterproof, so the glue might smear. So I would suggest one of these. And then for the different papers to use, I use a vintage text dictionary, foreign text, ledger page, one of my translucent Italians, a number page, and a music page. You can use whatever papers you have. You just want to have 8 different pages. So you have 7 for the tree and 1 for the trunk. And the next part of the video is I'll show you how I colored all of these and what materials I used to color them. Again, you can use anything, any kind of pretty greens and a little bit of brown. All right, so I'll see you in the next segment. Okay, so now how I colored my pages, and I'll show you. Here's the first one. This is Vintage Books, and I used lime green from Brusho. The second one is the dictionary page, and I used Lindy's Freaky Frankin Lime spray, which has shimmer in it. It's really pretty for Christmas. The third one is a science magazine. Any kind of text will do, and I used Dylusions Fresh Lime. The next one is foreign text. I did 2 pages. This is going to be my biggest piece because I love foreign text. It's French this time. And this is just watercolors, so just a few different green watercolors. And then the ledger is going to be the trunk, and I used Distress ink. And what I did was I took off the cover and put it down on a glass plate, sprayed water, and then dipped it in. And that made this beautiful texture. This is the translucent Italian paper you can get from my Etsy shop. I love this stuff. And I used Lindy's Magical Shakers. This is an old one, but they still make it, I think. It's Cathedral Pines Green. And it's got all kinds of beautiful little colors in it for accents. And then the numbers table, very fun and shimmery. I used another Lindy's. This is Lucky Shamrock Green. So it's got that sparkle you can see. And then the last page was music paper, and I love how this one turned out. It almost looks tie-dye. And this was Brusho again in sea green. So this is how I colored all my papers. And now it's time for you to go color your papers. Any papers work. These are just some that I have in my shop that I thought I'd share with you. So I'll see you in the next segment. Okay, so now we're going to start cutting out the pieces that make up our tree. The easiest way is to start with the lower one. So it's going to be 1.75 inches across. So if, like me, on your paper, you didn't go all the way to the edge, we want to first cut that off. So I'll do it over on this side. And you can just use a square and cut like 1/4 inch off. So there we go. That looks great. And then we're just going to measure 1 3/4 inches in and use our square again. To cut. All right, and I'm gonna do a little cut at the top so I only have the green showing. Okay, and then the depth or the width is 3/8 of an inch, but really that's just too fussy for me. So I'm just gonna cut, I'm actually gonna cut where I can see what colors I'm getting. I'm just gonna cut a little piece and wing it. You don't have to be precise on this. For the stepping, for the different sizes, you do want to be a little bit more precise. But when you're just cutting out the individual pieces, just kind of go for it. Slide your ruler and get some good pieces. So then for the next one, you want to do a little bit under a quarter step. So this one is 1.75. This next one is 1.5. The next one after that is a little bit over 1 1/4. So you just want to step your way up. What I tried to also do was have different tones of green, different values of green. So just try and mix up your different greens and cut them out. And you're going to do 7 of the greens and 1 little square of the brown down at the bottom. So I'll let you do that with all your papers, and I'll see you back when they're all cut out. Okay, so now it's time to assemble our trees. We'll start with the green and the brown. And again, I'm using tags from Michaels, and they're 4 1/4 inches long. You can use any tags. Any tag would work. I'm just letting you know what I used. And the first thing you're going to start with is your brown square for the trunk. And I know I said I was going to use this tape runner, but the tape runner is too big for my little tree parts. So I'm using just an Oohoo glue stick. Any glue stick will work. I just recommend a little one so it doesn't get all gooey everywhere. So start with your trunk and put it near the bottom. And then I put all my pieces in these little cups, and I numbered the cups so I'd know which piece I was pulling at a time. So just run your glue stick along and then dot it to pick it up. You can also use tweezers if you want to make it a little neater, but I don't mind my fingers. So that's step number 1. And then we have number 2. And you're just going to stagger them to the right and the left as you work your way up. And here's step number 3. And I should warn you, the translucent paper got very poofy with all the ink I put on it, so it's a little bumpy. So if you were going to use that paper, just know it's going to be a little bumpy. All right, so that's number 3. And keep baby wipes on hand to clean your fingers off, because even though I'm trying to not use a lot of glue, I'm getting it all over me. So there's 4. And then we have step number 5, and as you can see, I'm staggering them left and right. And we're almost done. Now we have step number 6, and they're getting really tiny, so you might want to pull out the tweezers. And then step 7, which is a tiny one at the end. All right, so there is our little tree ready to go. And then now I'll tell you, I just opened these up and I've been trying them. These little star rhinestones are really cute, but the adhesive kind of peels off them. So if you go really in, if you're using a different brand, you might not run into this. This is just if you buy the ones that I'm suggesting that I got on Etsy. If you just peel really slowly, kind of rub your nail underneath, the adhesive stays on, and you can stick it to the top. If the adhesive comes off, you can use a little Eileen's tacky glue. I did that on this one, and you can't even really see the tacky glue. And then these are the stickers from the Dollar Tree, and you just kind of pull them off with the adhesive stuck to them. They're not great. You can get little 4mm rhinestones instead of these little balls from the dollar store. This one, the adhesive came off. But I love these from the dollar store because they're domed. You see the adhesive came off this one too. Let's try the other end. They're domed. I think they're really cute. And for $1.25, get 2 packages and just use the ones that work and not worry about the other ones. So there you go. These are little trees. I'm planning on making 40 of these cards. I've got 20 tags in 2 different packages, so I've got enough to make my 40. I'm going to make 30 cards and 10 gift tags out of these. So you can do a mass production. You can do like 5 in a row or do 1 at a time. You're all set to go, and I'll let you do that, and then I'll show you how we assemble them next. Okay, so after you've done all that, you have 40 tags ready to go as tags or cards. So I'm going to slide them over to the side. That wasn't too bad, was it? Now, I originally said I was going to use these cards from Hobby Lobby, the paper studio, that measured 4.25 by 5.5. But what I didn't realize until I opened them is these were just flat cards, not folded cards. And while sometimes you might want to do that for Christmas cards where you're going to sign the inside, you don't want that. And the tags, we obviously won't use something. So I had to run over to Michael's and see what they had. And they have these adorable little craft cards and envelopes. It's the Recollections brand. There's 50 of them. And the size is 3.5 by 4.87, which works perfect for the little tags that I got at Michael's. So let's look at the little card here. And our tag fits beautifully on it. Now you can tie up some ribbon. This is baker's twine. You can get this at Walmart. They have it at Michael's. Or you can just not. I'm choosing not to put anything on the hole just because I don't want it flopping around inside. But to attach it, you could use pop dots. If you can't find pop dots at Michael's, you can get mounting tape from the hardware store. I'm just going to stick mine on. Remember that tape runner I said I wasn't going to use? I'm using it now. So I'm just running tape down both sides and eyeballing it onto the card. Fold the card first. Makes it easier to see where you're putting it. And there you go. We've got our little card. And then if you want to do a tag, a gift tag, I love Baker's Twine for gift tags. It's really easy. Just take a piece and fold it in half. Make a little loop at the top. Tuck the loop through the hole. You probably know how to do this, but that's okay. And then open the loop and pull the tails through, and there you go. You got a little tag. You can tie it to a bag or a gift. But anyway, I hope you had fun making these cards. I had a great time showing you my methods for doing it. I think they turned out really cute. And even if you can't find exactly like the stickers or the stars, anything's going to work. Little rhinestones will work. When I made these last year, I used a rhinestone instead of a star because I couldn't find stars. So whatever you can find to make these. And I hope they brighten your holidays. Merry Christmas, everybody.